It wasn't how much can I possibly squeeze out of you, because then there'd be a terrible price to pay. You couldn't sit down, for a week or something. It would just be terrible. We don't want to train beyond our ability to recover, but most of us know how because we've learned all the training tricks. There's personal trainers and they taught people how to train. There's books and tapes and videos and endless ways, methods. Everybody's teaching you, oh yeah, you can train like this, and you could, things we never would have thought of, and you can train. And and you could jump from this table to the ground, to this table, to the ground, to this table, to the ground. And we've learned all of these accelerated methods of creating overload. How many people have heard of a personal trainer? This is the workshop part. It's interactive. You raise your hand. Heard of a personal... And how many people have heard of a personal recoverer? Right? No, none. Nobody's heard of personal recovery teacher. So what I do is I teach athletes how to recover. That's all I do. I teach athletes how to recover. And this lady, Michael Porter's mom, what a sweet, sweet lady, and I gave a lecture 24 years ago, 25 years ago, 24, 25, you want me to stand?
No, it's good.
Yeah. Gave a lecture 24, 25 years ago at this church. But the pastor had a cool idea, and all the people attached to the church were his downline for his program. And he made them health ministers. It was kind of cool. Anyway, he had me come in.
Say health ministers?
Health ministers. Yeah, it was a nice combination of religion and health, right? So you had a religious fervor, a religious intensity, but you were now going to go out and spread health to the people. So, like sick members of the church really aren't the most valuable members. Healthy members of the church are the most valuable members. But the way they did it was by selling supplements that the pastor had. He was the upline. So he had his whole supplement line, and all his people from around the country, the whole country he took, not just local. So he did this thing, and it turns out that two people were in the audience. They heard me lecture. I met them at the time, and then never heard from them again for like 18 years, 19 years. And they call me up and they go, our son is about to enter into the NBA. He's about to become a professional basketball player. He's been voted the #1 high school player in the country. And he's obviously going professional. I mean, that's his dream in life. And he's going to be like a star in the NBA, which he is going to be. He said, would you coach him? So I said, well, we need to talk. And we talked for a while, and we talked for a while, and we talked for a while. What we ended up with was, I will teach your son a 2-year course, 700 days. I will give him 700 lessons in recovery. That's all I'm going to teach him. I'm just going to teach him how to recover. He's got professional trainers teaching him how to train. He's got coaches teaching him how to play ball. He's got everything else psychologists. He's got access to everything. But none of them are teaching him how to recover. They're just trying to get more out of him. Let's teach him how to recover. Otherwise, his career will be very short. Which is what happens to most. 6, 8, 10 years in the league, and you're done. You're burnt out. You're injured. So I taught him 2 years of recovery, and what I ended up with out of that was 600 lessons in recovery that I can share with people. And today, this is what I want to teach: is recovery from your day, recovery from your raking the leaves, recovery from sport, recovery from whatever. It turns out recovery is recovery. And what they do in intensive care is pretty spot on. It has to be, or the clients die. And they give you water. They give you glucose. And they give you electrolytes, but only 2 of them. They give you sodium and chloride. That's all they give you. You know what? This is incorrect. They also give you, what does they give you? Like they give you potassium. I'm looking at intensive care. People are getting, people who are about to die are given this. And they get well enough to go to hospital. Which is a start in the right direction, and then they can continue with whatever needs doing. You go, wow, this is the whole secret to recovery. And I'm having medical doctors come into my office telling me that the secret to recovery, medical doctors, surgeons, telling me the secret to recovery is protein. Got to be on high protein if you want to recover. Why? Why? We have protein, we have fat, we have carbohydrate. What's the carbohydrate used for?
Energy.
Sort of energy, but only if we're in physics.
Okay.
In nutrition, it wouldn't be called energy, it would be called
calorie.
Close.
Fuel?
It would be called fuel.
Yeah.
In physics, energy and fuel are the same. But in nutrition, energy and fuel are 2 different things.
Yeah.
Okay? Because, like your car has battery for energy, it has benzene for fuel. Yeah? They're different.
Yeah.
And fat, what is fat for? You're
Insulation.
sitting on it. Why do we have,
Cushion.
when you fall, yeah, cushioning. Oops, sorry, I can't spell either. Can't think and talk and spell. It's for insulation. So that when I bump you, it's not a shock. When you step on, it's cold, it's hot. It's not cold and hot inside. You have insulation between the outside world and the inside world. It's fat. It's a layer of insulation. Your nerves run with an electric. They're like electric cables in many ways, just like electric lines. But they're lined in fat. So the electricity stays in the nerve. Otherwise, you'd be electrocuting yourself constantly. That would be terrible. And what is protein for?
Building.
Structure.
What is protein for? It's okay to guess. Everybody take a guess. 1, 2, 3, guess.
Structure.
Muscle.
Yeah. Okay, so how many of us have been trained to be afraid to guess because we might be wrong? This is a very European thing. Just letting you know.